What's up, guys? So this is a perfect recipe. So when you're home, you've got your kids coming from school, you don't have a lot of time, it takes about 20, 30 minutes to make. Today I'm gonna make some marinara for the kids. They love it. Everybody who has this recipe raves about it. My niece who's in college uses it all the time. It's super easy and very kid friendly and adult friendly. Now you notice I have some red wine over here. That's optional, okay? It's optional to drink. And it's optional to use in cooking. I'm gonna start with 2 ounces of oil, okay? I use a extra virgin olive oil. It's already in the pot. And what I do is I get it to medium heat and I add my onions, followed by my garlic, followed by the oregano, or vice versa. I kind of put them all in together and let the onions get translucent. So you won't hear any sizzle because the pot's getting hot. And it's about an ounce of oregano, okay? Or a tablespoon of garlic. And I like to buy the pre-chopped stuff. Makes everything so much easier. You know, you get that little tubes of the pre-chopped garlic. It's fresh. It tastes like fresh garlic. So here we are. It's slowly heating up right now. Once it comes up to temperature, the onions get translucent. Then I'll continue to add my ingredients. I'll deglaze it with some red wine. You can skip that step, okay? Now you can see some of the sizzle. The onions are starting to get a little translucent. Takes about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending. You just don't want to put it on high heat, okay? You want to stay medium, low. It's very important you do that. Because you don't want to burn the garlic, especially you don't want to burn the oregano. And you don't want to have brown onions when making this sauce. It's a very delicate, light sauce. But you do want it cooked. And the aroma is already getting there. I feel Italiano. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and deglaze with a little bit of the red wine. And then I'm gonna reduce that by half. So it's only about an ounce of wine, okay? And your ounce and my ounce can be very different, but I eyeball it. That to me feels like an ounce. So an ounce for the pot and an ounce for the dad. You know, Julia Childs always drank with her food and it always looked like it tasted better. So here we go, it's gonna start deglazing. It's important to deglaze to get all that alcohol out of it. You know, I already have cooked pasta. The best way to heat this up is just get a little pot with hot water, bring it up to a boil, and then just run it through your colander. And I'm gonna go ahead and set that up while we wait for the red wine to deglaze. So the beauty of this is you don't need a whole big pot of water when you're just heating up pasta. You just need to have hot water, okay? So I'm gonna put it on the stove. I'm gonna bring that to high. And now our red wine is reduced just to where I need it. I'm gonna add my tomato sauce and I think it's a tablespoon or 2 of sugar, okay? I will share the recipe with you, okay? Tomato sauce goes in, sugar goes in, and that's pretty much it. Now I just wait. I will season it with salt, transfer it to the blender, and it's ready. As you notice, I still have basil, I still have butter, and I still have not seasoned it because, very importantly, sometimes, like most of us, we have salted butter, okay? We use salted butter because it tastes better on bread, so you don't have to add more salt. A lot of times I buy unsalted butter. This is unsalted butter to me. Now you can hear it is starting to bubble. So I'm gonna go low. See, you don't want it to do that. You don't want it to splatter. So now it's gonna sit in low for 10 to 15 minutes. You can put a lid on it. I'm not gonna put a lid on it, but I will add a pinch of salt just because I've done this recipe so many times with the same ingredients. I know how much it needs. All right, so it's been about 5-10 minutes, okay, and we're ready to rock and roll. When you're transferring hot liquids into a vessel that you're gonna cover, there's a possibility of it exploding, okay? So a lot of times I would bring this down away from me to pour everything in so it doesn't splatter. And if it does, it doesn't get on my nice shirt that my wife got me, and she'll get mad. We don't want that. Okay, so very important. You see all that steam? If I put the lid on this right now and hold it down and hit start, it's gonna explode. You have to be very careful in this step. One of the things that I always do is I turn on my blender, okay, and I do a light pulse to push some of that hot air out, okay? Because that pressure will explode. See? You see that? That was exactly what I wanted to show you. So you just want to start doing a light, and then I go to 1. And look at all that steam. Okay, this step is very important. This is where you add your butter, okay? And your basil. And that is it. And then what I do is once I stop it, and you don't have to really give it a crazy amount of blending power, you just want to make sure the butter and the basil are blended. But I add it at the end so it doesn't separate. That's it. And now I taste it, okay? Oh yeah, oh gosh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, I wish you can taste that. So I got boiling water, okay? Grab a handful of pasta, let's say it's for my daughter, okay? That's plenty for her. I'll make a little extra for dad, okay? And maybe for the guys that are shooting the video. They're over here starving. So look, I still have this pasta, okay? And the time that it takes me to wash my hands, just because it has oil in the bag, okay? Throw away my paper towel. My colander is ready to go. My bowl, and now the pasta's hot already, okay? And that's all I need because the pasta was already cooked. So I put it in here, as you guys can see, real time, okay? And then I'm gonna pour it right just back in there just because it's easier to pour into the bowl. Okay, here's my pasta. That's it. And then I get the tomato sauce, okay? Look at that, right out of the bowl, okay? Right on top of the pasta. That's it. And a little Parmesan on top. That's it. I mean, look at that. It took 20 minutes at most, okay? You have dinner for the kids, for the family, you guys, a little glass of wine. Never hurt anybody. So guys, you see how simple it is, but you can't go wrong with it. It takes 20 minutes. You know, I'm a big advocate of feeding your kids healthy foods. You know, when you can't make beans that take forever. You know, feed them some pasta. A little good tomatoes, got basil in there, butter. You can't go wrong. It's all the vegetables, some some herbs, some tomato sauce. Kids are gonna be like, oh, thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad. This is the best food ever. And you're gonna be like, yeah, I know. Thanks to Marcos.